Here we have the IsEmpty function. IsEmpty is the only way to reliably test for an empty cell, because empty cells have special meanings with Microsoft's analysis services. So the IsEmpty function returns true if the expression is an empty cell, otherwise it'll return false. It affords us a means of testing to make sure it is an empty cell, and in the light that within multi-dimensional databases, sparseness is a fact of life, this is very desirable. It's very often combined with the if function. So we'll use like if, and then we'll have IsEmpty, and we'll come through and test for emptying, and then we'll pass in we'll pay, if it's empty we'll say none, otherwise we'll pass in some other stamp that we'll put down in here. So here you can see the false and the true being returned back across, and if I was going to do this with an if, I would wrap the IsEmpty down here in an if statement. So then I would come down here and I would wrap it in the if, and at the end of that I would put in some kind of values so that we, instead of returning true and false down in here, we'd return something else. But effectively it's the same thing. Here's the code, and you see as we execute it, we just have it wrapped on down like that. Okay, here I've changed out the code, and just so you can see it down here, I wrapped my IsEmpty function in my if function. So now I'm calling if, and I'm passing in an IsEmpty, and now I'm dropping on down, and I'm going to say this is empty and not empty as we drop on down. Then we execute the code. You see I have not empty, and if I move on down in the right section and drop it on down, now I have this is empty, and moving on up I have not empty, so as you can see.